Hello, fellow warriors against consensus reality, lovers of truth, wisdom, the esoteric path, slayers of two-faced, backstabbing, hypocritical gobshites, lovers of irreverence and sarcasm, and taking the piss out of Abrahamic gobshites where and where possible. I know it's a nice, quiet Wednesday morning, and I've absolutely nothing to do. It's my designated lazy day. It's also my people-free day. As a lone wolf, I usually appreciate those very much indeed. And no noisy gobshites. And I have a bit of a chuckle at the increasingly weird next-door neighbours. I swear, if I didn't know any better, these people had a secret cult happening in their house. The kind of people, the kind of normie-appearing people who seem all pleasant and friendly outside, but you really don't know what they're doing behind closed doors, right? Whereas me, what you see is what you get. If they don't like it, they can go boil their heads. And, jeez. What an interesting few weeks. In case you haven't noticed by now, the world is going absolutely fucking mental, and it's all part of a concerted effort that I've mentioned time and time again in my videos. Funded and instigated by wonderful people like George Soros and all these sociopathic, brain-dead, malevolent assholes, right? I won't go into all that today. I'll just sort of poke fun at the fake manufactured black versus white thing they have going in the US. The rest of the world doesn't give a flying fuck. The rest of the world's attitude is, if you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. If you're a cunt to me, I'll be a cunt times 10. That's a simple rule of life. No one cares what colour skin you are. No one cares what you believe in. No one cares what you do with your private parts. That's right, alphabet people. I'm talking to you. What you do in your bedroom between consenting adults, the rest of the world doesn't actually give a flying fuck. Just FYI, here's a little bit of a biological fact for you. The arse is exit only. Okay. Sorry for you G people from the alphabet people. It's exit only. It's only meant for shit to come out of. Yes, let me be crude for a moment. For fuck's sake. But it is what it is. But, I suppose what I'm trying to get to is there's a lot of things that people accept as truth, as chiseled in stone truth, that all it is they are parroting what they have been fed from the mainstream propaganda machine. Because, as you well know, most people today have no desire, they're too fucking lazy or tired or fuck knows what else, to actually do the important research themselves. I think I shared once a story of a certain loudmouth, blustering baboon from one of my cafes. I was sitting at my beloved chessboard on a nice day, and no gobshites around. This was pre-scamdemic, so people weren't such assholes as they are now, right? Paranoid assholes, I should say. And above, said blustering baboon saw me there and sat down, and we started talking about. He always likes to start talking about world events and politics, which annoys the fuck out of me because I have no interest in any of these things other than what I find in my own reading between the lines of research, right? And how it fits into my investigation into the bigger picture of things. It's like, I don't really give a fuck what Russia and Ukraine are doing, right? I don't live there. I don't care. Yes, that might sound crude and mean, but I don't care. That's the problem with today's world. When you have information available at the click of a finger, you suddenly care about things that have nothing to do with you, nothing to do with your own family and your own little everyday life. People are going to be cunts. You have no control over that yourself. So you're stressing yourself and you're upsetting yourself over things that are way out of your control. All you can control is your own life in your own sphere of influence. That's the only thing, and the only thing you really have full control of are your thoughts and your breathing. Which is why these two things incorporated into many wonderful old spiritual esoteric paths, right? But I digress. And so people, they're sucking at the teat of the propaganda machine, and they think themselves informed. And so the above mentioned blustering baboon started talking about these things, and I started to share some little tidbits of information of things I've found during my research during the last 20-30 years. And at the end of it, he goes, "Oh, I want references. I want direct." I go, "I've done this my own research in the space of 20-30 years. Get off your lazy ass and do your own fucking research. I'm not going to hand it all to you on a silver platter. Get off your lazy ass." And of course he didn't like that very much, and I actually had to get up before I sort of said something he would regret. I wouldn't regret it. I could call him a useless blabbering cunt to his face and not care. And have done. But he would regret it. And so I turned and I said to him with clenched fists, I said, "I better go before this escalates even further. You have a wonderful day." And of course he didn't like that. He was ready for more verbal diarrhea, right? And of course that's what these people feed on. And of course I was not going to give him his daily fix. Malevolence junkies are absolutely hilarious. They really are. And of course the above mentioned small group of sociopaths ruining everything in the world today, they're taken that to a whole other level of malevolent junkies. But again, I'll reiterate what I've said in a few of my videos. You have chaos. Now, my hallowed ancestors had a great way of explaining chaos. And you have the useful, transformative, giving you a kick up your backside when you need it chaos. Then you have what I call the malevolent chaos. Being a cunt for the sake of being a cunt. Right? And that second one, a lot of these sociopathic, demented, evil gobshites thrive on the energy that they purposely create. Yeah, I know, weird. To anyone with half a brain and functioning faculties, yeah, it's as fucked as it sounds. Yes, it is. But that's the world we're living in today. And really the only thing, and of course now the latest scaremongering is, oh, the interest rates, oh, we're heading for a recession, oh, well, see, if people actually lived simple, authentic lives, there would be no problem. Like myself and certain other people I know, we have no problem because we live simple, happy, authentic lives. And so the recession and the interest rates have no effect on us whatsoever. During the height of the scamdemic, I still went to my cafe, I still got my coffee, I still occasionally got my food as well to support them. I still went to my bookstores before the second phase of lockdowns when they were real cunts and they decided to do only click and collect. But the first year, that 2020 first wave, I still went to my bookshop. I still did my usual things, but the difference, the marvelous difference was there was hardly anyone around, and oh, did I love that. And as a gamer, when people were asked to stay home for 5, 6, 7 days, I just laughed. We can do that in our sleep. But that is what it is. Now, the thing with people, and if that above-mentioned story isn't amusing enough, in case you haven't noticed, you learn after a while. The more you learn, the more you know, the more you realise how little you actually know. Alright, this is what my ancient ancestor would say. The only true wisdom is in knowing that you know nothing. The man was a fucking legend, and I'm not only saying that because he was my ancient namesake. The man was a fucking legend. So while the Persians were too busy being full of themselves and thinking that they were masters of the world, we created, philosophy and organised education and theatre and rhetoric and all these other and art for art's sake, and fantasy fiction. You're welcome, world. Right? Yeah, and while we were engaging in our own civil war, Athens versus Sparta, we paused in our activities to destroy the Persian Empire in two fell swoops. Which was absolutely fucking glorious. Battle of Marathon, Battle of Salamis, good times. And for good measure, along came Alexander, and he said, "You know what? It's payback time. This time, it's personal, and just conquer the East." But that's a whole different other set of videos. But what I find amusing, like the more you learn, the more you realise the depth of delusion, self-delusion, and otherwise. Right, and brainwashing, the brainwashing machine of the global Orwellian nightmare agenda is absolutely incredible. And even in the manosphere, you find this kind of stuff. Right, I can't tell you how sick I am of coming across so-called manosphere MGTOW videos, which, especially when they incorporate manosphere into their channel name. Oh dear. And they talk about, to find good traditional feminine women, you need to go to Thailand or the Philippines. Why would I go to a third world shithole? To find someone who is little better than a peasant. Yes, I'm going to be culturally superior here. Who is of a different culture. Might as well be from a different fucking planet. Would have no idea what I'm saying most of the time, would understand none of my cultural references. Why the flying fuck would I do that? Have you seen how small these people are? No, thank you. I mean, Philippines, what an incredibly bizarre country. Are they Asian or Latino? It's kind of funny when you see someone who's supposed to be Asian with a name like Rafael, right? And speaking of weird amalgam of Asian language and Portuguese, weird. These things don't go together. One of these things don't go together, right? No, just no. It's like Indonesia and the mix of Arabic, Islamic culture. Weird. They're Asians. What the fuck? Fucking hell. Weird. Fucking weird. Yeah, there are weird parts of the world that I have no desire in visiting at all. I've never been to anywhere near Southeast Asia, and I never want to go any time in my life, ever. No, I don't ever want to visit Central or South America. I don't ever want to visit Africa or the Middle East or see Jerusalem or any of these fucking shitholes. No, thank you. My sacred places are the are found in Thermopylae and Delphi. So, no thank you. And certain parts of Northern Europe, right? Those are my sacred places. No thank you. But that is what it is. Like I said, we're living in an incredibly insane world where... I'll share one story before I go, which shows the above-mentioned fuckery. You know the story that I've shared in a previous video that I lost a friend whose dragon lady friend with whom he began cohabitating hated my guts and I hated hers, and so he sort of was totally pussy whipped and decided to destroy the friendship because she said so. Well, I lost another one for the same reason. A so-called Mr. Big Tough security guy, right? And here, out of the blue, using his own Facebook account, I might add, I wasn't connected to her in any way, shape or form, I hasten to add, but she sent me a message using her husband's Facebook account saying, this is so-and-so, so-and-so's wife. I see your posts, and your posts are very offensive. And I sort of was reading this and I smiled and I said to myself, well, thank you. Right? And, other wonderful things like, oh, you're a bully and you need to act your age and blah, 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 right? And involving someone whom she had no business involving, who is one of the very few people that I know has my back no matter what and is there for me no matter what. You know who you are. They're probably listening to this right now. And I'm reading this thinking, what the actual fuck? Now, this is the level of insanity going on in people. People somehow feel that they're entitled to act like total cunts to other people for no reason and have no consequences and no accountability for it. Well, I'm sorry, but people like me exist to remind you that you do. We're not Abrahamic gobshites where, oh, okay, turn the other cheek and just let them fuck you up the ass a few times and they'll say thank you. No, I don't think so. I'm a heathen. That's not how we do things. I don't fucking think so. And as a heathen, I would help a old lady or an old man struggling to open a door. I would give and have given some money to some really rough-looking homeless person begging for money for food. But accepting other people's dishonor and total disrespect, no, we don't. And so what happened was I copied that and I sent a text message to my now ex-friend explaining what happened. And of course, he was lying and covering up for her, as I kind of expected he would, because I got the strong vibe that he's lost more than a couple of male friends because of her, right? And so he goes, oh, yeah, I'll check, I'll call you on a certain day and I'll sort of check the computer at home to see the history. There's a way for him to search when someone has accessed it. Yeah, as if she's going to use the computer in your own home. She has a daughter who lives close. There are other ways, other phones, other computers. You're kidding, aren't you? So when he called me and I was actually doing laundry and he tried calling 3 times and he sent a butthurt text message saying, oh, if you don't want to talk to me anymore, it's your choice. I was doing fucking laundry. That's how butthurt these fucking bitches are. Yeah, they're not men, they're bitches. Right? And so I called him back and I just blasted him. I go, look, what your wife did, I emphasised that because, again, he was still covering up and lying for the fucking dopey Shrek bitch. Yeah, she is that ugly. And I go, what she did was absolutely inexcusable. I blasted him. And I sort of gave him a chance to talk. And then the moment he started with his lies, I looked and it wasn't. I said, you know what? Fuck off. You can thank your wife for pushing away yet another friend of yours. I hung up and blocked, and he's dead to me. There is no forgiveness and second, third, fourth chances and turning him the other cheek and all this fucking Abraham Gobshite cowardice. No. When someone behaves in such a way with such disrespect and dishonour, they are dead forever. Right? This is why the drama sphere that I've mentioned and used as teaching tools in the past, I have no desire to go anywhere near these people ever again. Because they're fucking cowards. They're backstabbing cowards who don't have the balls to tell one of the worst drama halls what a useless cunt they are. Well, I did. I actually did so on their own live stream when I was on the panel. I actually told her when she was listening in the live chat what a useless backstabbing cunt she is. And I'm the only one in that little group who actually had the balls to do so. Because, of course, most men today aren't actually men. They're bitches. They're cowards. They're pussy whipped. And so I'm down to 3 friends. Well, 4 if I include the other guy that I class as a really, really good acquaintance. But it's incredible. People are absolutely incredible. I've lost 7 friends in the space of, 2 years, 3 years, right? Because people will always show their true colours, and the only person you need to impress or be there for is yourself, primarily. And if you're lucky to have 1 or 2 really, or 3 very, very good close friends that you can rely on and you enjoy hanging out and they enjoy hanging out with you, count yourself lucky, because it's increasingly rare today. And just remember, your word is gold, right? Don't just spread it around like a drunk man trying to piss in the toilet late at night time, and it goes everywhere. I think I'll leave it there. But one thing that this has taught me is an increasing need to encourage and allow to flourish more self-respect, honour and integrity, loyalty and trustworthiness. That's how it goes. Otherwise, you're just an Abrahamic gobshite bitch. To speak the truth is a very lonely path, but a very worthy one. The Abrahamic gobshite slaying, proud, heathen hammer wielding, irreverent, sarcastic lone wolf on guitar, 8.